Hello, my friends. Welcome in or welcome back to my channel. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with me today. If we haven't met yet, hello, my name is Amanda, and this is a timeless general pick-a-card reading for the collective today. Timeless meaning whenever you come across it, there will be something here to help you, align you to your highest good, and or answer your questions. General meaning, not all messages will resonate with everyone, so if you aren't seeing yourself in the messages today or your situation, that is okay, totally natural. For general readings, you can check another pile or wait for my next reading. And remember that any outcome discussed in these readings are possibilities only due to your own free will and the fluid nature of life. So in today's pick-a-card reading, it is Ask a Question to Receive Guidance, and these are my mini Monday readings, which I've been doing for, I think, the last month or month and a half. I think this is a really good opportunity to not only get some more piles in and to get some more messages out there, but for you to maybe have some shorter readings to choose from. These are going to be 5 to 10 minutes in length, so they aren't 15 to 30 minutes like my normal Friday readings. So it gives you a chance to get some quick answers for the questions you might have, or some guidance for you today. So I want you to think about your question, write it down, say it aloud, and go grab a beverage of choice, maybe a pen and paper to take notes on the messages offered today. And when you are ready, you can choose the pile that is speaking to you the most. Head down into the description box below to find the timestamp for your reading. I will introduce you to the piles, which have tarot cards from different decks as well as crystals. So for pile number 1, we have the Luminaries Tarot with the Lepedolite stone. For pile number 2, we have the Mermaid Tarot with the amber. For pile number 3, we have the Steampunk Tarot with the Mookite Jasper. For pile number 4, we have the Everyday Witch Tarot with the Mystic Merlin, or Mystic Merlinite, sorry. And for pile number 5, we have the standard Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot with the blue calcite stone. So again, use your intuition to choose the pile that is calling to you the most, then head down into the description box below, find the timestamp for your reading, and we will see you over there. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Luminaries Tarot with the Lepedolite stone. So we're going to get 3 cards to start. I want you to consider your question while I'm shuffling here. Write it out, speak it aloud, meditate on it for 10 seconds. Hopefully it will help the messages become a little more clear. Also note that I am posting in my community section on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know information on upcoming readings and or current readings, as well as polls that I might put out, definitely check out that community tab. I'd love for you to participate and maybe even get some information. All right, so pile 1, thank you. We're starting with the 6 of Swords. So this is moving away from something that may feel a little chaotic to you. This might be even a suggestion of moving away from something that is chaotic to you to go to something a little more luxurious or a little more calmer waters. I'm almost getting the message of moving away from drama. So I don't know if there's someone in your life or something in your life that is causing you a bit of drama that you need to move away from. I also get smooth sailing as well. So after you take this step of taking that action of moving away, that you will come into calmer waters and it will be a little more smooth sailing. So let's get another card for pile 1, please, regarding their question. You got 2, so we're going to take these two as our main cards here. So we have the Chariot in reverse, and we have the Three of Pentacles in the upright position. So the first feeling that I get from this Three of Pentacles, usually it's about collaboration, but I'm getting the sense, I'm almost getting like digging for dirt. So there could be something in your life or something around you. Somebody's digging for dirt and they're using you to create or to discover this for themselves. Either that, or you have to collaborate in order to move beyond whatever situation that is stressing you at this time, that is challenging you, that is something that you don't want. And the Chariot in reverse can speak to not being, either not having a direction or moving in multiple directions, not having the control. So it's interesting that it's paired with the Six of Swords, because you could be wanting to move out of calm waters, but there's a sense of not knowing your direction, not knowing what's next, and even kind of being pulled in multiple different directions at the same time. So there's almost a lack of focus. And maybe that's why this card is coming, the Three of Pentacles is coming out, is because you need to collaborate. That collaborative effort, that connection with other people might be the key to moving away from this feeling of chaos or tumultuous water. Moving in a direction that is a little more focused, a little more stable. Because I do feel with both of these, the Chariot in reverse and the Six of Swords, there's something that you want to move away from, but you don't know how. So I feel like there is some help that is here for you. That could be something or someone that you could tap into to help you out here. Now, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So again, we have that kind of this stuck or stagnant energy here. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very methodical approach to things, and really considering the steps that they need to take to move forward. And it's kind of a slow and steady wins the race kind of energy, but there's a stuckness here. So that could be your energy at this moment in time where you're feeling stuck. You don't know how to move forward, but there is a desire to move forward. There's a need to move forward, as whatever it is could be playing on the mind quite a bit, might be affecting how you're thinking, maybe even pulling you in different directions. I'm also getting 3 different directions just because the Three of Pentacles. So let's get a couple more cards here to hopefully offer you some more guidance. We've got more delayed energy here, Hanged Man, which can speak to, just taking a different approach, seeing things from a different angle, maybe having help or working with a team of people or working in collaboration with others is not something you've done before, so maybe that is the key to getting things moving. Alternatively, you could almost be putting yourself in this position to see something differently. So being in this paused energy so that you can consider what your next step is. You can consider who you want to connect with, collaborate with, network with, in order to move things forward. And I also get different modes of transportation here, which means different methods of movement. So you could consider a completely different method to what you were or how you are trying to move. So instead of doing the same thing that you've usually done, maybe you employ a different method of transportation, which could be also part of the Hanged Man energy, is employing different methods and having a different perspective. So one more card for pile 1, thank you. And we have the Five of Cups. So we could be speaking to walking away from things that are feeling dissatisfactory, of maybe even things that have disappointed us in the past, maybe even made us feel sad or a sense of loss. And it's moving towards the things and the people that will give us that sense of progress, that give us the sense of moving beyond something that isn't disappointing and maybe something new. So again, what are those things that will help you take steps towards the things that you want? Who are those people that you can connect in and network with to get ideas, to maybe learn something from, to find some kind of stability or grounding energy in order to expand on what it is that you're doing? And looking at the opportunities within that. Just because you are stuck and you don't know the steps forward doesn't mean that you're going to be there forever either. So don't forget that this might just be a moment that you have to almost lean into and have gratitude for, because it's allowing you to take pause, to really consider what's next, and to really give you a different perspective and maybe a shift in thinking here, so that you can level up and move beyond this place that you're in right now. So pile 1, this was your reading. I hope that it helped in some way. You can comment below, like the video. I would so appreciate that. And yeah, let me know how this resonated with you. If you'd like a personal reading or sign up to my newsletter, the links for that is in the description box below. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be getting guidance for the question that you have. So while, sorry, I have a hair on my nose, dog hair. While I'm shuffling, I want you to consider your question. I want you to write it out or read it aloud or meditate on it for 10 seconds while I shuffle here. Also, I'm posting in the community the community tab a little more often now. So I'm going to try to put up readings for the following month. And I'm also kind of making note of the readings that are going up, as well as posting polls that, regarding readings that you want to see, etc. So definitely check that out and participate if you feel called to do so. I would love to see you over there. All right, so let's get a card now for pile number 2. Guidance for their question, please. Guidance for pile 2's question, please. Thank you. We have the 10 of Cups here. So this is a card of emotional fulfillment and being really fulfilled with what you're doing, who you're connected with, just your lifestyle. Everything is, I'm getting hunky-dory and feeling good. You feel very aligned with what you're doing. And this could be a call to look at that, if that is a part of your question here, is to find alignment. And finding that alignment means understanding yourself on an emotional level. What you like, what you don't like is kind of the simplest version of that, but also what speaks to you, what doesn't, and why. What are your emotional triggers, and what drains you, what fills you up, all of that stuff. And we have the Queen of Pentacles here, who is all about stability. So she is kind of an external, she is an earthly energy that is grounded and rooted in her values, beliefs. She's really worked hard for the things that she's earned. And she's also a very self-nurturing energy as well. So being able to, I'm getting with both of these energies, offering yourself care first before you externalize or put somebody else's needs ahead of yours. And this is coming to me because it is kind of the most forefront example in my brain right now. But a lot of the times we prioritize if we have dogs, we prioritize our dogs. If we have kids, we prioritize our children first, because their needs need to be met for a certain number of reasons. They rely on us, they depend on us, all of that stuff. But this is about providing ourselves the space and time to offer our self-care, a little bit of care first, and fill up our cup first before we externalize that care and love to things around us. So what does that mean? Maybe waking up a little bit early to do a bit of stretching, have a quiet tea or coffee in the morning by ourselves, and doing some journaling, maybe whatever it is to you that makes you feel really connected to your heart space, really connected with your body, and really fills you up, gives you a sense of calm and grounding. I feel like this message is very clear here, starting to become clear. Could we get a third card for pile 2, please? Third card for pile 2, thank you. So we have the Hermit card. Yeah, this is about taking time out for ourselves, having a little bit of introspection, maybe to discover who we are on a deeper emotional level and what we need physically. What kind of diet should we have going for us? What kind of physical activity speaks to us? Especially if it doesn't align with what the standard is today. You know, maybe there's a different modality or there's a different diet that suits your needs more than, you know, the diet that you're currently on. So maybe instead of being vegan, maybe you have to be a vegetarian, or maybe being a meat eater, you have to go vegan. So kind of looking at the different ways of what works for us is basically what I'm trying to say. And the Hermit energy allows us to go inward. It is creating that space for ourselves to be able to discover who we are at the core, what it is we value, what it is we want, how we react to things, what is it that really brings us joy and lights us up from the inside out. And so I feel the calling is to really go inside here and to really explore ourselves. Before I get to shuffling, I just wanted to bring out the King of Cups energy, which is a very strong energy of emotional balance and being able to regulate emotions here, as well as loving the people around us. So this definitely could be you, because this, you know, the queens are all about self, nurturing self, and the kings are all about not only nurturing self, but nurturing others as well. And there's this very nurturing others energy from emotional caring standpoint. So I feel like this could be you, and that is why there is a calling for you to almost step back, go inwards, and spend some time with yourself to be able to give yourself that same love that you give to people around you. So 2 more cards to just add to the reading here. These aren't necessarily clarifiers. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is evaluating the opportunities that we want to explore and making sure that they're in alignment with who we are. So it's not about taking that next opportunity, although out of necessity that could be the case. But if you do have a little bit of say in what opportunities you want to explore, then the Ace of Pentacles is here to kind of get you to consider the opportunities that are in front of you and how they align with your goals, your purpose, your needs, and your passions. So the Knight of Wands is that energy of moving forward in the direction of our passions and being very, there's a force behind that. There's a desire and a heart, ambition, motivation, and taking action. But I feel like before we can get into this energy, there is some tasks that we have to take care of first. There might be this fire inside you to follow your dreams, to follow your passion, to explore and express. But if we don't know what that goal is, what those passions are, what that purpose is, and what actually lights us up, then we can't really look for the opportunities that move us in that direction. So I think that is your guidance here today. Pile 2 is to go inward and connect with yourself, connect with your values, your joys, the things that light you up, so that you can move in the direction of your dreams a little bit more. So this is what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope something here resonated. If it did and you would like to book a private reading, details for that is in the description box below. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Steampunk Tarot with the Mookite Jasper. And while I'm shuffling your cards, please think of your question or write it down, speak it aloud, meditate on it for 10 seconds. This will hopefully help clarify the guidance when the cards start hitting the table. And also, I'm starting to post more in my community tab. So there I'm occasionally putting out polls. I'm posting the most recent pick a card readings, just in case you've missed it on your feed. And I'm also trying to post close to the end of each month the schedule for the following month so that you know kind of what we're going to be talking about and when all of the readings are going to be released, now that I'm getting into a few more readings a month. So let's take a look now for Pile 3. What is the guidance for their question? Ace of Swords. We have a lot of clarity here, but we have to be careful because the sword is double-edged, double-sided. It can not only cut through a lot of stuff, but it's very sharp. So there is a chance, if we are unexperienced, unskilled, not knowledgeable in this opportunity that is ahead of us, that it could potentially, there's some risk there, could potentially hurt us or set us back in some way. So we have to kind of look at this as finding clarity through learning and understanding. So there could be something here, there's an new opportunity here that you are looking at, that you are considering. Maybe you're going back to school or have a call to learn something new. This is fantastic, fabulous. But I'm also getting, we have to learn to crawl before we run. Crawl before we walk, and walk before we run. So that it's not just full speed ahead. And the swords can be a very fast-moving energy. So there could be a call to not be too hasty in the process. So let's see. Pile 3. Card 4. Pile 3. Second card, please. Guidance to their question. Thank you. 3 of Pentacles. So this does speak to, could be a business, could be a new idea you have for a business. It's about connecting in with the right people, with the right skill set in order to see advancement. So let's just say you're going to school. It's about finding that right school, the right program, even the right teachers, and kind of connecting in with those energies to ensure that you can move this thing forward. Pile 1 got a very similar energy, but this feels a little more studious than the first than Pile 1. But again, if this has to do with business, job, career, then again, it's finding that aligned, the aligned company that you want to work for, that business that you want to start, and starting to piece together the things that you need and the people that you need in order to get this thing off the ground. Also understanding your limitations as well is what I'm getting to, and kind of, I don't want to say stay in your lane, because I always think that we can always add to our skill set and do something more, but we don't want to take on too much, especially when we're new to something, just so that we don't get bogged down by the details of learning something new while we're trying to build or create something. We want to kind of align with people that can really help us accelerate our movement forward, rather than trying to do everything ourselves and kind of not doing the best job because we're not fully experienced or versed in a specific task or skill. So that could be something there for someone. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. So there could be some doubt here of, I don't know if I can do this. Again, we have another 3. So the 3s are an expansive growth energy. So there's a sense of maybe you expanding on a business, job, or career here. And maybe you're going back to school to be able to do that, but you have some doubts as to how you're going to do that, of how you're going to expand that in the real world. Maybe even having a little bit of impatience in the process. So have patience, learn what you need to learn, and network with the right people in order to start to bring this thing to life, rather than trying to do everything yourself, trying to put everything together yourself. And let's see, bottom of the deck is the World. So the World is a very large and in charge energy, where this is kind of the end of a chapter, end of a cycle. And it makes sense because you are at the Ace of Swords, which is a brand new beginning, a brand new path of learning and ideas and knowledge. Maybe even speech and communication could have something to do with it, but you're very clear about what it is you want to do and how you want to move forward. And the World is closing out old chapters and old cycles so that we can move into the new. And I think you're definitely ready for this. So, and I apologize, I probably shuffled before I pulled the bottom of the deck there, but I think it fits, so it works. We're going to get a couple more cards now for pile 3 about guidance for their question. We have the Two of Cups here. So there's a sense of alchemy and maybe not finding that alchemy in either what it is you're doing, or maybe even an alchemy within yourself. Typically the Two of Cups is about relationships, and there's a disharmony here, which could be the reason for the new start and you wanting to collaborate with even more people and maybe focus on work rather than relationships at this time. That could be something. However, I do feel like the guidance here is to connect in with people who are really aligned, because it could be that in the past you weren't connected with people who were aligned, which may be the reason why this cycle ended, or why you're ready for new growth, because it didn't get you to the place that you wanted to go. So again, it comes back to relationships and relationship building, which is part of the Three of Pentacles as well. So pay attention to that, I feel, is going to be a really important piece to the puzzle. One more card, thank you. And we have the Judgment card in reverse. So this is a second chance card. There could be a resistance to giving people, situations a second chance, because you're having a little doubt about how it's going to work out, if it's going to work out in the same way that it had in the past. And there's also a resistance to doing something different maybe, or shedding an old skin that you have to let go of. I think you're ready, given that the World is here, and the Judgment comes right before the World. So the World is kind of the end of the chapter, and the Judgment is right before that. So we have to shed old skin in order to be able to step into something new, to learn something new, to do things a little differently, and to have a second chance at something. So don't be afraid of giving people or circumstances a second chance, and be willing to kind of let things in the past be in the past, and use this as a new opportunity to think differently, to have a different mindset, to have new ideas of doing things in a different way, and connecting with different people and different groups of people, having different solutions and finding that alchemy. And this is also hearing a call too. So it's about really hearing the call of your soul, that intuition, connecting with that intuition so that you can really make sound decisions and clear decisions in this next chapter. This can also be forgiveness. Forgiveness for self, forgiveness for others, depending on the situation. Definitely not necessary. But there's almost a sense of you hanging on to something that happened in your past that might need to be released in order for you to really embrace new opportunities here. So that might resonate with some of you, maybe not all of you, but there's definitely a sense of being able to lean into that and to finally put that to bed in a sense. So pile 3, this is what I have for you. I hope something here resonated. If it did and you'd like to receive a personal reading or sign up to my newsletter, see the links in the description box below. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Everyday Witch Tarot with the Mystic Merlinite stone. And while I'm shuffling, have your question in mind. You can write it down, say it aloud, meditate on it for 10 seconds. Hopefully it will clarify the messages that come out in the cards today. Just a quick little announcement. I'm using the community tab more on my YouTube channel, so definitely check that out. I'm posting polls on what readings you'd all like to see, as well as keeping you updated on the latest videos, just in case you miss it in your feed, as well as upcoming monthly readings. So at the end of each month, I'm trying to be really good about posting the schedule so that you know what readings are coming out when, and hopefully you can plan a little bit, or at least know when they're coming out. So first card to come out is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a card of not really having an equality in the giving and receiving aspect of things. You could be giving too much. You could be taking too much. There's a sense of, or a lack of, maybe even asking for help or receiving help for something that you're working on. And I think the message is that you have to be open to giving and open to receiving. So being able to receive can be a really difficult thing if you're not used to it, especially if it comes to monetary things. You know, when we're going through challenging financial times and we need money for groceries or to keep the lights on, it can really, I don't know, I've been there before. It's a challenge because we don't want to feel like we're in trouble. We don't want to feel like we are a failure. But sometimes things just happen. Life is really difficult and challenging at this time. So I think part of the message here is don't be afraid to ask for help. And it could also have to do with work, job, career as well. Maybe even health. You're having some health difficulties or some physical difficulties. Maybe there's some back pain or knee pain or ankle pain. So how can you find ways to get assistance with that? The Hanged Man in reverse. So this is a resistance to seeing things differently, doing things differently. There is a pause or delay and a sense of this person putting themselves in this position in order to gain perspective. But this is an energy of surrender, especially when it's in the reverse position, because this is a delay that goes beyond what you have expected. Something that maybe there's news that you're waiting for, maybe there's something that you need to do or want to do. But I also feel, so if surrender is not something, okay, so if something's not moving ahead, I feel like you really have to surrender to it and really control what you can control at this time until such time that the energy shifts and things start moving again. Because I feel like whatever is happening here is completely out of your control. So you have no kind of choice to do what you have to do. And sometimes those things can be really uncomfortable. But this person is holding a key to the locks that are on the wrists and the ankles. So I feel like you do have some control here. You may have more power than you think to get out of this situation or help the situation. So definitely take a look at that. And we have the Emperor in reverse again. So there's some sense of lack of control here, a lack of stability, security. There is even a sense of maybe somebody around you controlling you or manipulating you to some degree, although that won't be for everybody. But again, there's very challenging energies here, and not being able to move forward to change your situation. So it's like you have no choice but to kind of look at the things that you can control and surrender to what you need to surrender to. King of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be, going back to the Emperor, that is about instability. That is about having maybe financial instability or instability just in your physical environment, of not feeling secure and safe and being able to provide for yourself and others at this time. Really, really tough energy. But if this has to do with business, job, career, then again, this could be you can't step into your abundance right now. Things may be pretty lean. You may even have a running loss month over month because nobody's buying, nobody's, there's a loss of income to a degree, so you might have lost a job. And again, you're in this weird kind of stagnant energy and almost a bit of a dead zone here because you have no control. But you do have control over how you think about the situation. You do have control over your day-to-day actions, how you're caring for yourself during this time, if you are open to receiving help. Yeah. Eight of Swords, we've got this cycle going on. We've got things going around and around in our head that is kind of keeping us in this, maybe even keeping us in this energy. So looking at how we're thinking of ourselves, of the situation, of kind of keeping ourselves stuck and not doing the things that we could maybe do to release a little bit of the pressure. Again, coming back to asking for help, even though we don't want to, and finding ways to get support during this time, however way you can find that support. Friends, family, business colleagues, teachers, mentors, counselors, therapists, group support. So I feel like because of this, Eight of Swords, you're not seeing things clearly. You're feeling a little foggy. You feel stuck. But this energy, you can't see her feet, but in the traditional tarot, her feet are not bound. So while, yes, she can't see anything and her hands are bound, she can easily move out of the cycle with step by step using that intuition. So it's definitely not, you're definitely not trapped. It just feels that way. So kind of exploring your options within the restrictions that you're working with. And we've got the Magician card, which is a beautiful energy of creation again. So I do feel that this is moving you to a more creative space, maybe even a place of you being able to see all of the things that you have and alchemize or work with what you have to be able to create something from this, I don't want to say desolate place, but this place of unknown, of this place of stagnancy, and this place of having no control. This is about kind of getting your control back and working with what you've got to create something from this space. So pile 4, this is what I have for you. I hope something here resonated. If it did and you'd like to receive a personal reading or sign up to my newsletter, the links for all of that are in the description box below. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Pile 5. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot with the blue calcite stone. While I'm shuffling, think of your question, write your question down, speak it aloud, maybe meditate on it for 10 seconds. Also, a quick note, announcement, I am using the community section of my YouTube channel a little more these days. There I'm posting latest YouTube videos, as well as putting up polls to see which videos you guys want me to do next. And at the end of every month, I'm trying to post the upcoming month's schedule so you know what will be released and when. And so the first card that came out for you was the Nine of Cups. We've got an energy of not knowing if we're on the right path to our heart's desire. I believe pile 2 got the 10 of Cups as the opening energy as well, so that, Nine of Cups. Sorry, scratch that. Pile 2 got 10 of Cups. I thought this was the 10 of Cups for some reason. So yes, we have the Nine of Cups here. So, and it was in the sideways position, so that's kind of an uncertainty whether you can really step into this energy of fulfillment and success and achievement, as well as, yeah, maybe you have some doubt into what you're doing and if where you're headed is going to lead you there. A little bit of an unknown here. So yeah, let's see. Second card for pile 5, please. We have the Eight of Swords here, which can be a very challenging energy and could be the reason why. I'm just going to put this sideways so we know why there's a little bit of doubt here, because you are feeling like there's a protective energy here. There's also, boundaries. There's also just feeling like you're kind of trapped and maybe not really knowing how to move forward. You can't see the way forward. You feel kind of stuck, restricted, not being able to move. So that could be the reason why this is in the sideways position, and not really knowing if what you're doing is getting you to that place of fulfillment, because right now it's not feeling like that at all. So I think the suggestion is looking, and pile 4 got a very similar message, although it was a very different energy, where there was a suggestion to look at the things that you can control. So yes, this character cannot see, the hands are bound, but the feet are not. So there is movement here. And how can we move ourselves out of this stuck energy, out of feeling this way? What are the options within this restricted energy that we can take to really clarify and move towards this Nine of Cups here? We have the World. So the World is the end of a cycle. You could be nearing the end of some kind of cycle, and this could be required in order for you to move beyond it, is to get in this restrictive energy. I'm getting pressure makes diamonds. So it's almost like the universe is throwing you this challenge in order to see how you can really create something from this space and to move yourself out of this restrictive energy, to step into this achievement, this fulfillment, and really put to bed for good whatever this cycle is, whatever thoughts are kind of clouding your mind at this time. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So it's about removing yourself from situations that feel or are dramatic, that are not serving any good for you to be in. This is also a sense of defeat, a sense of loss, especially when it comes to you fighting for something that you want and being really clear about what you want, but also looking at what are the consequences to continuing to push forward in that fight. Are there people and things that are kind of being taken as losses? Are you getting hurt in the process? Are there dramatic energies that you need to surrender to, let go of, and not surrender to in the sense where you just accept all of the kind of garbage things that people are saying to you, maybe, or things are doing to you? This is about completely removing yourself. So not even engaging in this at all, because that could be the reason for this Eight of Swords, is that there's an external energy or energies, maybe even situations, that are making you think that you can't succeed, that you can't achieve. And it's getting you into a bit of a loop here where you can't get out of. So it's kind of setting yourself free. The World is about freedom as well, and about movement, travel, because it is talking about the actual world. So maybe it is physically moving away from these people in the sense where you get out of the work environment, you get out of the friend group, you kind of move wherever you need to move physically to get out of the crossfire here. Okay, so let's get a couple more cards. So yeah, I do get something happening in your work, something, an energy at your work, your business, your job, career, whatever it is. I feel like there's some really funky energy going on there, and it's making you think that you cannot succeed, you cannot achieve, you can't get promoted, you can't do XYZ. They're really being hard on you here, which is making you believe it. And I feel like the guidance here is do not believe it. You are so much bigger than that. You are so much more than that, and so worthy of this success. So find the people who are going to support you. Find the people who feel harmonious to you, who are going to lift you up in order to achieve big things. Because these people that just want to fight and put you down are only serving a purpose to keep you stuck, keeping you stagnant. Look at this, Queen of Pentacles. I love it. And again, this is about self, coming back to self, taking care of self, and being kinder to yourself, having compassion for yourself, and really focusing on self at this time. I think you really need to cut out the noise. This is a lot of noise, a lot of BS. You don't need it. So I really think that it's about this, having focus on what you value, what you believe in yourself, outside of this situation, outside of these people. I want you to lean into your abundance. I want you to lean into your successes. I want you to lean into loving yourself and really nurturing the things that you love, that make you feel abundant, that make you feel good, that make you feel healthy and solid in your well-being overall. I also feel like there's new opportunities. As soon as you start doing that, you are going to see better money. You're going to connect with better people. You are going to be free from this, essentially. So again, I think this is the real key, is to step away from the drama, the energies, connect in with you, your successes, your abundance, nurture that, nurture self at this time. And I really feel like the world is at your fingertips here, pile 5. So this is what I have for you. I hope something here resonated. If it did, and you'd like to receive a personal reading or sign up to my newsletter, see the links in the description box below. Gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in the next reading.